Hello everybody, how you doing today? Welcome to the third installment of my new old GE gas dryer. This is the setup that in a perfect world it's going to be. I moved the refrigerator over, I don't know, maybe half. Basically, I could fit my body between the refrigerator and the support beam before I did that. Now I can't. Wash machine moved on over. The line is kind of, it's not being stretched, but you could tell it's moved over. It doesn't have a lot of chooch on it. You know, there's just enough chooch for it to work. All the plugs stay the same. That's for the refrigerator, that's for the wash machine, and that's for the dryer. Hot and cold stayed the same. Okay, dryer pipe technically stayed the same. It just moved over down here. That's why I install flex lines on the bottom part, but the top part is going to stay the same. And I'm going, here's the new dryer. Obviously bright white compared to this yellow. Made a Home Depot run. This is going to go down here. It's going to sit like this. The original line straight down is going to be that. And then we're going to get some flex line and go into this dryer, the new one. Excuse me. This is what I'm going to be using in the future videos. The gas is going to be shut off outside. With any luck, this cap's going to come off. And this is going to be installed. So, for all intensive purposes, this is the setup. 3/4 shut off. A 3/4 nipple. Into a reducing nut, 3/4. Into the dryer hose. The hoses on dryers and gas stoves and other appliances are always smaller. Well, they should be, but they're pretty much smaller than the pipe. This is a 3/4 pipe, hence the gas valve. Okay? This is just irrelevant right now. We'll get into this another time. We'll just put that over here. Here's another one-way. And then there's one up here that I'm going to disconnect. JK18 informed me that when you're running a dryer, more than one dryer, sorry, 3, 4, 6, 12, whatever, either you do a single run up and out by yourself, or if you're doing this, the one-way plenum has to go one on here and one on here. So, for argument purposes, if this dryer's on, the heat goes up and out. If this dryer's on, the heat goes up and out. If they're both on, they both connect. Oh, look, and probably gets really hot. Goes up and out. Jay was telling me if you do not put these one-ways, not particular these, but any one-way thing, these just so happen to be at the Home Depot, whichever one you pick, if the heat goes up, well, there's not a fan. It's just obviously what's in the dryer. So it's going to get up, it might linger, and then come back down, and you might get lint in any one of the dryers that don't need it, just in case one of the other dryers technically stop, or if you just need one dryer because your wash load wasn't that big. Okay, so I'm going to eventually, in a future video, install them right here. This is going to sit down here, right here, out of the way. I'm going to obviously move these two dryers, and we're going to make our nice. These are just more pieces that come with the dryer, depending on what's on the back of this existing dryer. And they come with this nice beveled edge, because that's what really makes a dryer seal, according to the Home Depot guy. So what we're going to do today, Today is Wednesday, June 13th, 2018, and if I ever get monetized, you'll be able to see all these videos that I'm making. Hence, I'm making them now. Oh, it's pretty funny. There's a gap here. Refrigerator's probably crooked. Anyway, that's going to be my setup. I'm going to get the kink out of this dryer. As you can see, let me just show you this. I'm going to take the gap out of it, which is, took the gap out of this for the most part. And then I'm going to raise it a little bit. Just because I can, you know. This sits, you know, perfect, and I have a lot of meat in the plastic legs, so I'm going to raise it. I'm going to do that off camera. That little small box there, depending on how long this takes and how frustrated I get, that box is this. So maybe I'll chooch that up, and we'll take everything with a grain of salt. Thanks for watching in advance, and hopefully the next time it's exactly what it is. Stay tuned. I also wanted to add something briefly, not only for you, for me. So I talk to JK18 a lot. He's also a 20-year friend, but he's got knowledge in different fields. And I guess in a perfect world, I would think at some point he thinks that I would have some knowledge in a certain field. I don't know what it is yet, but so here's a 20 amp circuit dedicated all the way back to the circuit breaker. The refrigerator's on it and the washing machine is on it. The dryer's obviously 220, so let's move on. This plug theoretically doesn't fit. It reaches to about here. When I told Jay about that, he says I might be playing with a little bit of electrical danger. Sorry. Jay knows a lot about wattage and what it takes to run these things because he's constantly tinkering with them, or he has in the past. So he told me the washing machine, or at least this style washing machine, pulls a certain amount of wattage during fill up, agitation, drainage, all that stuff. The dryer will also pull an igniting wattage. The tube there will like fill with gas and heat, and then it'll shut off, and then it'll ignite again. You know, it doesn't stay burning 24/7 as long as this is running. Okay, so given that, with the fridge that kicks on, Jay says that I might have a problem. There's only one way to find out, but he says you could just plug it in and come out with a power strip. You know, plug the refrigerator in and then come out with a power strip and plug these two things in over here. We could always see if it gets hot. But I mean, am I really gonna able to test that? You know, my wife does a load, we put it in the dryer. Then she does another load, put it in this dryer. This dryer shuts off. That dryer, I don't know. Worst case scenario, it trips. But I have a refrigerator. Okay, yeah, there's nothing crazy in there. But do I really want that tripped? We're running the dryer. We go out, we start our day. 3, 4, 5, 6, who knows how many hours later. You wake up the next morning, you're never going to know that this is running. Just like when it broke in my previous videos. Now, everything in the freezer thaws out. Like I said, there's nothing in here. But there's enough, oh shit, oh, we're fat. And there's enough in here to go bad, you know, and that melts, and that's going to create a problem. And so, the solution's going to be coming out of this thing, or trying to. I have to tell JK18 about it. What I do is I make these notes around my house. There was an old sub panel here. Here's a 30 amp line. Well, there's no reason to pull it out. Let's use it. So on 6/11/2017, there was a 30 amp line converted to a 20 amp black and a 15 amp red. Well, the 15 amp red, or whatever the hell it is, I gotta pull this all out. One's for the dishwasher, which is this cord stuck in there. One is, there's an outlet outside. Don't worry about this. These are the 3-ways for the new extension. And then one is for the sodium lights out on the back of the house. So with that being said, I have to either come out of this box and put an outlet either right there or right there. Nope, that's the den. That's a different circuit. There's plenty of outlets on that circuit. Or I'm gonna have to come out, I'm sorry, brand new, put an outlet on the left or the right, or pull that 14.2 out real quick and then just drop it down, then come back out of the outlet back to the 14.2. So that's something I'm gonna have to think about. Let's get back to leveling. Well, I believe that's about as good as it's going to get. This door opens up 180 degrees-ish. That door opens up 180 degrees. Thank God these had 4 like plastic, kind of sort of new normal legs. I was able to pull out, tilt, pull, you know. This thing is like a pain in the ass. I had to shim it out. And of course all basements are different. This basement kind of, I gotta put a level on it. It kind of curls up in the corner, but then it doesn't. But the gap is fixed. Obviously you can't fix this gap that much, you know, because it's just metal. But for the most part, this gap is better. It's mostly the tops don't touch, but it's good. It's solid. It's lighter than the other one, but look, it's holding it like this. It's not tilting. For the most part, this is what it looks like. I think that's pretty good. Actually, the old dryer sits level also. Sits level here. There's a little gap here, so we'll create what I think is to be that gap, and it sits forward a little bit. You know, there's a gap. That's it. Let me go unbox and put this in, and we'll just wrap this. Here she is. Nice metal shaft. Similar, but not quite. If you see, the shaft has been kind of rounded on the bottom. Hopefully this has a deeper collar, but probably not, because see the 2 little things here? See that? That's gonna, these 2 things, that's gonna hit this. And you could always feel that it was grooved in. Alright, well, let's see where it was left. Let's match it up. I'm sorry, I needed 2 hands. So, it's supposed to, I think, maybe there's a collar, so it stops there. That one actually stops normal, which is funny. It stops there, stops there. So, just work it and break it. So I usually probably would put it right here, and then it'll just time out right there. Alright, well, that's gonna wrap up this video. It's too long anyway, so please enjoy and stay tuned for the install of some cool stuff.